Hey, I'm Sonny, and I want to talk to you about one of the most underrated games I've played in the last few years. Knockout City is a dodgeball game developed by Velan Studios, originally published by EA, and they've now gone independent. At launch it cost money, but now it's free to play, and on every current and last gen console, including the Switch, and it fucking rocks. Now when I first saw this get announced, being honest, I thought it seemed kinda boring. Like, dodgeball? How can you make that fun? Me and a friend went to try it and assumed we'd only be playing a game or two before dropping it. Oh, how wrong we were. It's a 3v3 dodge brawler, where your goal is just to smack the shit out of the other team with dodgeballs. Simple in concept, but it's got a high amount of mechanical depth. Let's go over the mechanics and you'll see where this depth comes from. You have 2 health points. Getting hit by regular balls damage you for 1. Falling off the map is an instant death. First team to the 10 score limit wins the round. First team to win 2 rounds wins the game. You use WAS and D to move, space to jump, and you can get extra air by pressing Q to spin vertically or E for horizontally at the apex of your jump. If you hold down jump, you have a glider that lets you stay in the air for longer to reach different places. Left click throws a ball, and if you hold down the throw button, you charge it after a short delay. Charged balls are much harder to catch. Still totally possible, but when the game gets chaotic, it becomes more difficult to manage. Right click catches the ball, and you have a short delay after trying to catch the ball to stop you spamming. If you do a vertical spin before throwing the ball, you lob it in the air. And if you do a horizontal spin, you curve the ball. So 3 different ways to send the ball flying at your opponent. But actually, it's a little bit more complicated than that. It's a team-based game, and your team is really important. You can pass balls to each other, and if you pass to a teammate, the ball is charged up instantly. Add in the ability to press F to fake a throw, and the real juking and mind games commence. But when the game says dodge brawl, they do mean brawl. Control is a dash that can be used to both parry balls and knock balls out of opponents' hands. If someone's being a little bitch and repeatedly faking a throw, sock him one and take it for yourself. And if you can't find any dodgeballs about, then hit Alt to ball up and roll out to be picked up by one of your teammates. If a teammate successfully throws you into an enemy, they die in 1 hit instead of the regular 2. Because when balling up, you risk the enemy catching you and getting a short window to throw you off the edge of the map. When you're caught, you have to mash the ever-loving fuck out of your spacebar to reduce the timer. Your teammate can also full charge and lob you into the air. You then descend with a slower control of your movement, and when you land, you can create a small telegraphed AoE that will insta-kill anyone inside. Hopefully you can see the complexity forming with all these mechanics. But we haven't even gotten to the different balls. At the start of each game, a random special ball is selected to spawn randomly in the designated ball spawn points. Moon balls will let you jump higher and knock your opponent far into the air, increasing the chance of them being knocked out the map. Cage ball will force your opponents into ball form for around 10 seconds to perfectly set them up for getting thrown out of the map. Sniper ball has a charge up to throw, but has the shortest catch window out of them all. There's a bunch more that you'll see in the gameplay in the background, but they all add something different to each game, and new balls are added or old ones are reworked each season. Each map has a unique gimmick. One set in a train station where occasionally trains will come through and insta-kill you. Another is set in the heart of the city, so there are cars blocking shots and knocking you about if you get too close. A different one has UFOs that let you hover and do some funky shots over areas that would usually be a death sentence. All of these mechanics layer perfectly on top of each other to create a game with a low skill floor but a really high skill ceiling. Easy enough for a younger sibling to play and have some fun, but competitive enough to have a ranked playlist where it can get really fucking sweaty. So the game originally cost money when it released under EA. You could also get it on Game Pass, which is how I started because I'm a complete PC Game Pass shill. Seriously, it's great value, and the first month is only like £1. Come on now. But even when it cost money, it felt rewarding to play. You earned a good amount of currency by just playing the game. There were seasonal challenges and login bonuses, but it wasn't just an expertly crafted Skinner box designed to get you to log in every single day as a chore just for currency. And now that the game is free to play, you'd assume they'd crank up the price, but no. The battle pass that was free when the game cost money is obviously now paid, but from what I've seen, it's pretty good and totally optional. Some cosmetic bundles cost real money instead of paid currency, but you can buy individual parts from the rotating shop for in-game currency, so it is available either way. Whilst some of the styling of the characters isn't really my thing, there are more than ample customization options to get a character you like the look of, or to make one so goofy it's almost intimidating. And speaking of intimidating, taunting and a little bit of bad manners can be common. Or rather, me and my friend have expertly refined being toxic in the game down to a T, with the Scream taunt that I haven't seen back in the shop since it launched, which might just be a coincidence, or it might be that our BM game is just too strong. We took a break for a couple of months, and when we came back, there's now a timer to stop you taunting too rapidly. No, it actually, after 3 consecutive taunts, it disables it for 10 seconds.
That legitimately affects my enjoyment of the game.
But that won't stop us from being complete arseholes. Okay, good start, I like that. Get brawled, fucker. It's still got it.
Oh!
Sorry, Juan. I don't like doing this to you. When the game went free to play, we were worried. That tends to be a death spiral for these kind of multiplayer only games. And with the split from EA, that only reinforced it. But under further consideration, and please note this is purely speculation and not confirmed to be a fact, I have a sneaking suspicion that Velan Studios went independent and broke off from EA in order to stop them pulling the plug on Knockout City. EA has a bad habit of killing games that don't make enough money, even if they are profitable. And if you look at the Steam charts, yeah, the game does not look healthy. But when you consider the 85% positive review rating on Steam, and the fact that the game's servers are now hosted by Epic Games, and that it's also primarily on their launcher since they split from EA, as well as being cross-play and available on both current and last gen like I said, the game has the means to be played by a lot of people. So I ask you, if you have spare time on your hands, and around 20 gigs of available space, please try the game. It might surprise you with how much you enjoy it. I would totally recommend playing it with some friends if you can convince them, because like any game, it's always better with friends. I hope Velan Studios keeps supporting the game, and that it gets the recognition it deserves. And if not, then I'm going to support whatever they do next, because their passion was really shown with how much they care about this game. That's all from me. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and if you see us playing, join our in-game clan Pampers gang, cause we be straight shitting.